For more than 400 million Chinese households, Spring Festival is an important celebration with delicious food, good fortune and loving family. This year, the holiday spirit is particularly cheerful at this household in Beijing, where a rather special guest has been welcomed, President Xi Jinping. So why has Xi been paying house calls to ordinary people? And what does his time spent with these people mean to China? This is Xinhua Special, and I'm Katie Kapsnick. On February 1st, Xi visited a hutong in central Beijing's Tianmen area to inspect the living conditions of local residents after a series of renovation projects in the neighbourhood. He also called by a nearby express delivery station and visited staff who were on duty. President Xi visited 2 courtyards in the hutong, chatting with residents and making dumplings with them.
越包手艺越好，越来越熟练，然后还跟我们唠着家常，然后就是说他以前插队的时候啊，也包饺子。
The people's livelihoods have always been Xi's biggest concern. The roots of Xi's people-centered governance philosophy go all the way back to his early years, when he joined numerous educated youth who left the cities to head to the countryside. Aged just 20, he joined the CPC and set out on his mission to serve the people of China. In fact, every year since becoming party secretary, Xi has taken time off from his official duties to visit ordinary Chinese people. Last year, Xi made 7 inspection tours outside of Beijing. In his New Year's speech aired on December 31st, the president recollected his visits to rural villages in the provinces of Sichuan, Shandong, Liaoning and Guangdong. China's uphill battle against poverty is now at its most crucial stage as we approach 2020, the year this massive country aims to eradicate absolute poverty nationwide. In February 2018, Xi visited the homes of impoverished villagers of the Yi ethnic minority in Sichuan's Liangshan. During his visit to Sichuan, Xi acknowledged the issues that concern the people the most: education, jobs, healthcare, social security and order. He told local officials that these concerns should be properly dealt with to allow the people to feel richer, happier and safer. The president made it clear that not a single ethnic group, family or person should be left behind in the march towards building a moderately prosperous society. To understand locals' unique needs, Xi asked them specific questions while joining them in their daily routines. In Qingdao, Xi visited a community canteen that serves cheap but quality food to local senior citizens.
习主席都到我们这个吃饭的桌前，就问这个怎么样，这个饭菜怎么样啊，价格怎么样？到了这个橱窗门口，立刻看了看。
Chinese people perceive housing as a top priority, as the home is essentially a symbol of peaceful family life and success. In Fushun, Liaoning, retired worker Chen Yufang and her family moved from mining subsidence areas to newly built resettlement apartment complexes. She remembers with clarity the day she visited her new home last year.
总书记来到我们家，跟我们聊的最多的就是住房、工资、医疗、看病问题。总书记给我的感觉就是特别平易近人，关心着我们。
40 years have passed since China launched its reform and opening up policy. Now, more than half of the country's population live in cities and towns. But to satisfy the Chinese people's ever-growing needs for a better life, improvements need to be made in many areas. And one of those areas is bridging the urban and rural divide. In Guangdong province, an economic hub in South China, Xi visited an e-commerce park in the fairly underdeveloped area of Yingde, and later visited a toy shop in Liangshan village.
当时我们也向主席介绍了一下，就是说，我们这些学员他们都是有这个学习电商的这个意愿。那我们这一个市政府的话呢，通过智力扶贫，也推荐了他们来参加了我们这一次的这个培训。
一件一件好事接着干，要一代一代传下去，然后呢，他又说，我们脱贫攻坚战不单单是脱贫，单单是脱贫上，我们脱贫之后还要致富，就是要脱贫之后不会再返贫。
Guangdong has been at the forefront of China's reform and opening up. She emphasized that the people's levels of happiness should be the criteria for evaluating the results of opening up and reform, and that the fruits of such measures should always benefit the general public. In 2018 alone, China rolled out more than 100 important reform measures, many of which aim to ensure the people have a stronger sense of fulfillment and greater happiness. And to cite two of last year's countless milestones, a whopping 10 million rural people were lifted out of poverty, while individual income tax deductions were set in order to improve livelihoods and boost the people's purchasing power. China's greatest achievements were made by the people and for the people, and Xi's people-centered visits remind everyday families that they will never be left behind as China grows from strength to strength, and that their contributions are paramount to the sustainable development and common prosperity of the whole nation. See you next time, and happy Spring Festival!